am back. Rodrance for Black and White Network. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. So, Christie. Now, many of you know that Christie has joined the likes of Liz Cheney and Mitt Romney as world heavyweight champions, and in his case, truly heavyweight champions of being Trump haters. That's right. They have built their brand on the backs of being celebrated by MSNBC and CNN and the mainstream media as Republican heroes that are willing to take on Donald Trump. And promptly, their status in the Republican Party has plummeted into the pit of Hades. Now, Christie has thrown his name into the presidential Republican primary hat, thrown his name in along with like 17 other names. And, well, let's just say his status in the pool is that of a Baby Ruth floating around in the pool. Are we sure that's a Baby Ruth? Maybe it's not. Could be something else. Get out of the water. That's all I got to say. So, he has went viral. He has went viral because he was giving a speech, and he decided to be critical of Donald Trump at a conservative convention. Let's just say that backfired. We've also got a picture that has went viral of Christie taken by a Trump supporter on an airplane. And let's just say all the Trump hate has really, really tuckered out 2-ton Turby. That's, you know, we'll take a look at that too. So let's get to this, and don't worry. Don't you fret. I will show the video of this. It is hilarious. The crowd at the Faith and Freedom Coalition event booed Republican presidential candidate Christie after he criticized former President Donald Trump. Why is it? Look, okay, Democrats, we'll trade you Christie, Liz Cheney, and Mitt Romney for Robert Kennedy Jr. How about that? Let's propose that trade, because in much the same way that he really doesn't feel like a Democrat, he feels let's face it, like a more conservative than certainly any of the three I just named. We'll trade them right now. Yeah, straight up in a Topps bubblegum like baseball card trade. Can we do that? Question mark. Boy, I'm seeing more and more Trump Kennedy 2024 banners floating around online. I saw like 7 of them yesterday. That's kind of interesting. That's interesting. I don't know that I'm on board, but it certainly is intriguing. Quote, why I'm running for president of the United States, question mark. This is Christie talking. I have no idea why you're running. I'm running because Trump let us down. Bad move. He has let us down because he's unwilling. He's unwilling to take responsibility for any of the mistakes that were made. Christie said during the coalition's Road to Majority conference in Washington, D.C., Christie pointed out that he became the first presidential candidate to back Trump in 2016 and went on to serve as chairman of his transition team. How's that tunnel working out in New Jersey, Christie? The crowd booed and shouted as Christie's remarks continue. So, let's watch it. Let's just hear 2-ton Turby get booed out here.
Because he's let us down. He has let us down because he's unwilling. He's unwilling to take responsibility for any of the mistakes that were made, any of the faults that he has, and any of the things that he's done. And that is not leadership, everybody. That is a failure of leadership. And you can boo all you want. But here's the thing. Our faith teaches us that people have to take responsibility for what they do.
Well, you take responsibility and get the hell out of the Republican Party. You're not wanted. Why is it these people believe they still align with the Republican Party, the conservative base now? You don't. We talked about this yesterday. The party has changed. Priorities have changed. And we were talking about, do you have any idea how many Trump supporters actually voted for Obama? A shit ton of them are converted over, that's left the party. The traditional Republican candidate does not fly anymore. Why? Because you smell like corrupt shit. That stench that you smell is that murky moldiness of the swamp. And people are not going to support these guys anymore. They're not supporting you. I feel like Chris Christie understands that there's still a very, very small percentage of people that think they identify as Republicans that hate Trump, so he knows even if he's polling at 0.5%, that he'll still get, $500,000, $1 million, a couple of $1 million in campaign funds. And that's the only reason these douchebags decide to try to run for office. And they know, because look, he got booed, and guess what? He made an appearance on CNN last night. Okay, so he knows he has become the mainstream media hero because he goes against Trump. Ooh, if I throw my name into the presidential hat, I may get even more mainstream media appearances. Because this guy's certainly not sniffing. He's never sniffing public office again. I mean, that's a wrap. Liz Cheney, Mitt Romney, Chris Christie, they've committed a political suicide going against Trump. So let's get to this young lady right here. She's a nice-looking gal. She is a Trump supporter, and she took a little selfie with a snoozing Chris Christie on a plane, and this has gone viral. This is Breitbart. A supporter of former President Donald Trump snapped a selfie with Republican presidential candidate Chris Christie while he appeared to be sleeping on a flight Thursday. And the image has gone viral. Heather Mullins, a New Hampshire-based reporter who previously worked at Real America's Voice, sports a signature Make America Great hat as she smiles in the picture with former New Jersey governor across the aisle. Retweet when you see it. There he is. He's all tuckered out right there. I'm actually following her on Twitter. Right there, he's all tuckered out. He's got to get his rest before he gets on the stage to try to criticize Trump and get run out on a rail. Shortly after 8 p.m. Eastern Time, some 7 hours after she posted it, the tweet garnered more than 6,000 retweets, 22,000 likes, and 1.6 million views. She later wrote that she suspected Christie saw the post had gone viral and gave the nod in her direction before they deboarded the plane. Quote, I landed, looked over my shoulder, and he looked right at me and gave a nod. He knows, laugh out loud. Someone must have told him he went viral while in the air. Quote, it was honestly cute that he and his wife were holding hands. I hold no ill will, wrote Mullins, adding she wants him to stop taking shots at the 45th president. Quote, to fail at getting ahead. When you can't keep up with Trump and 6th place in the primary, he's already wearing you out. Right there. Yep. So, Christie has been a staunch critic of Trump in recent years and took aim at him during this campaign launch earlier this month in New Hampshire. And, of course, we just watched the video where he's getting booed out of the building. It's amazing. I'm telling you, some of these people are only running to get a campaign fund bump somehow. Okay? Because, yeah, there's maybe 2% of the Republican base, and are you really a Republican base now? Are you even really still part of it? I mean, just go on over. I mean, if you're that voter, just go ahead, go on over there, and you can vote for Joe Biden. No problem. Vote for Joe Biden. These guys are coming out against Trump because they know there's a minute section of the Republican Party that can't stand Trump. Look, if there's swamp politicians and RINO politicians, there's RINO voters too. These guys know they're going to get a fun bump, pay me some money for announcing I'm brave, stunning, and courageously running against Trump. And then CNN, like they did last night, had Christie on to talk about the viral video of him getting booed. Nobody's voting for this douchebag. Stop it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think it's funny as hell that these people, and by the way, there are various versions of said video going around from people that were in the crowd that took it, not just the main feed, you know. And look, there's chance We Love Trump that starts during him getting booed. Talk about not having your, what do they call it, finger on the pulse of your own political party you're supposed to be a part of. You can throw Lindsey Graham in that too. I don't care for him too much either. Peace. I'm out. Nikki Haley. Yeah, till next time.